Hello, hello.
Hi, Logan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing
Huh?
well. Yes, Sheila, Watko from Philadelphia. So I actually interviewed you guys
Uh,
3 years ago, and I did the traffic report, the Big Time Rush traffic report.
I can't. I think I remember that.
Yes, and then you guys, we were like, oh my God, my sister and I genuinely are big fans, and we were in the front row, and you guys like made it so special. You like came over a few times. It was just a really fun time. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Well, you are special, so that makes sense.
As are you. And you know what? We have a mutual friend, and I have to tell you this, the wonderful Julia Broglie Belt. So shout out to Julia.
That's amazing. That's one of my dearest friends.
She is such a wonderful person. And I think I interviewed Kendall and Dustin once. And
Yeah,
she
her husband used to go on tour with us, but you know that. I mean,
yes, of course, seen him as well. And
yeah.
yeah, she's the best. I know you guys are friends.
Is this lighting bad because it's all backlit?
You know what? It's a little backlit, but it's not the end of the world. Are you able to turn it against the wall?
Move on the couch. We could. It's just so low over there. Wait, what if I just put it on top of the piano? Do I have to have this in?
I think there's a plug over here.
But I mean, if I unplug it, it's not going to turn off.
No.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, yeah, that's better lighting.
Better?
Yeah,
There's this too.
that works really well.
Okay. Done. And I don't think we need this light on, do we?
We probably don't know. Oh my
Bam!
gosh, that's perfect. Love it.
Hey.
Looking perfect. Okay, that looks great.
Well, very
Logan,
cool. I'm happy that we have a mutual friend. That's neat.
I know. I always, if there's something like that, I try to make my interviewee feel, a little more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So excited to talk to you today, and I'm so excited for this show. So the in real life worldwide tour, you guys are singing every song that you've ever performed in the TV series. And the songs in this set list mean a lot to so many of us. I know for me, I think we're around the same age. Like when I was 19, 20, I can hear, oh yeah, or Song for You, or Amazing. It takes me to a very specific time and place. What song in the set list for you when you sing it is tied to an extra special memory?
Ooh, that's hard. They all have kind of their own special memories, and we've been through so many different producers whenever we're making some of these first songs, getting to know a lot of different people and getting our feet wet. So it's really hard. I don't know if I could pick one song in particular. Nothing Matters was a great day. That one was really fun in the studio. We worked with the guys from Orange, OFM. They kind of like did a lot of the production, but they were so great to be around. They did a lot of stuff for Bozzy, and they've done a lot of stuff for Jay Sean, and they were just a really cool group and one that we still remain friends with. But I was talking to Kendall the other day. It's not really on a specific song, but it's funny how we had written songs and they meant something to us at the time, but now hearing them back and singing them in certain ways, they kind of hit us in the spot that we are now, which is a very weird thing about music, because sometimes you write a song, it doesn't quite hit somebody, but they might re-listen to it and they go, oh, I wasn't going through that at the time, so it didn't make sense to me. But now that I am at this stage in my life, it really speaks to me. So you can go back and listen to old songs, but have them feel kind of brand new to what you're feeling. And I think that's such a special thing about music.
It is such a special thing about music. You mentioned working with these producers. Did you guys write songs from the beginning, like from the first season and the first album?
The first album was not a whole lot of writing on our part. That was really kind of understanding and working with these amazing writers and amazing producers, which I'm really happy that we did it that way, because we were all pretty skilled in singing and harmonies and kind of getting ourselves together. But being in the studio with these A-list writers and producers really ignited the fire within us to write. And I don't think we would have had that if we didn't have kind of the guidance and the coaching from some of these, amazing individuals. So as the second album and third album, fourth album, so on, we just started writing more and more because it was something that was important to us. And being up on stage in front of people, it was really such a way for us to connect on a deeper, more emotional level. And I think it happened the way it was supposed to. It was never really designed by Columbia Records that we would be writing at all. But after a certain point in time, we had kind of honed in on our skill, and the songs that were getting pitched to us were not as good as the ones that we were writing from the heart. So a long-winded answer, but yes.
No, I appreciate that. I feel like it sounds like it was like the ultimate boot camp to learn from the
It
bottom.
was absolutely, yeah. We were learning as young artists. We were really kind of learning our kind of creative spin and what was important to us.
Do you remember the first song you recorded?
The first song that we ever recorded as a group was were some demo versions, but the one of our own like original songs that are Big Time Rush, a Big Time Rush song was "Stuck." That was one of the first ones we had in the studio, and that was a special song, and still is a very special song to us. The first one that I wrote and recorded was "Time of Our Life."
Nice. Okay.
So that one we have kind of mixed into our set. It's kind of like a halfway singing, but kind of a reminiscent video that goes along with it. But that was the first one that I wrote with some good friends who I continue to write with. And yeah, lovely.
Great song.
Thank
Always
you.
fun at the concert too.
Thank you.
Logan, I'm very excited because you've never played This Is Our Someday live before, and this is one of my favorite BTR songs. It's
Classic.
being so hard and kind of still having a ways to go, but realizing that you're finally starting to live the life that you've wished for. What was the first moment in your life or career where you kind of thought, this is my someday?
Oh, wow. I think that it happens over and over again. There's all these little kind of benchmark things that happen. I think, the first for us as a group, there's been plenty up until that time, but the first one for us as a group was playing in Times Square. And that was like our first show we've ever done, and it was open to the public. And so it was really just kind of throwing us out there and trying for it. And I thought, oh, you know what? I like this. I think I could get used to this. And I'm sure it was not probably our best performance because, again, we were just so green at the moment. But I remember it being a really special day and kind of opening my eyes to what our music could offer us and everyone listening.
I remember watching it. I remember seeing it. I think my friend interned for Nickelodeon at the time, and I was like, oh my God, how exciting.
It was very cool.
Very, very cool. Now, you've expressed interest in potentially doing another Big Time Rush movie in the future. Last time you did a movie, it was Big Time Movie, and the band covered Beatles songs surprisingly really, really well.
Thank you.
If you were to do a similar Big Time Movie type of thing, and you had to choose another artist to focus on and rework some of their songs, who would you choose?
Wow, that's crazy. That's a tough one. It's a wild question. Beatles were always obviously so big. That was something that Apple Music had asked of us to do because they kind of wanted to have some younger listeners really kind of get a little more familiar with the Beatles catalog. And so we had some people that had done some really major work, producers, and they did it such a wonderful touch on that. I grew up listening to in no way am I comparing any of these, by the way. These are just bands that I grew up listening to that I would love to. Rolling Stones would be fantastic. I think it would be a really cool spin on Rolling Stones. Me and Kendall both love the Eagles.
Ooh.
And I'm a huge fan of the Bee Gees. So any one of those, the Beach Boys, also another classic group with such wonderful harmonies and such a brilliant minds working together. Any one of those groups, they have found a way to really mature themselves and find a way to really wrap themselves together and make something special. And so I couldn't list one, but any one of those handful I would gladly cover.
And the harmonies, I feel like, are key, and those all have such great harmonies. Also, you guys did a Beach Boys song. Didn't you do Dance, Dance, Dance at one point on the show?
Did we?
Yeah.
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm sorry. You had the interview with me. It's funny. I tell people I've only seen probably 2 episodes of our TV show.
Why is that?
Not to let anyone down. A lot of people get very upset about that. Well, because I think like once I put out the work, it's I've done kind of the part that I needed to do, and the rest is for everyone else to enjoy. So I go back every now and again if it's on, and I'll watch a little piece of it. I've seen Big Time Rush movie a few times. That's a great one. But the episodes, I kind of it's out there now for everyone.
Honestly, it's a very funny show. Scott Fellows, he does those like sound effects in his shows.
He does.
And it's like ridiculous, but it's genuinely very funny. Holds up well too, I will say.
Yeah. So we may have done a Beach Boys small little cover on the beach episode or something.
Yes, that's the one. Yes.
Okay, so I think I remember now. It's all coming back. But
yeah, and it worked well. So maybe that's the one. That's the next one.
That was a fun one. We had a lot of people in there. Chris Pine's dad was on that episode, and we got into some hijinks. That was such a great day. I remember that. I remember more of those things. Instead of watching it, I try to remember kind of how it went down that day. But that was a
Okay,
great.
like the behind the scenes. That's actually a way cooler perspective to have on it. Obviously.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, you mentioned songwriting a little bit. I know that I believe you're sharing a bus with Kendall on this tour, right?
We are. Me and him we are best buds. So that was an easy decision.
And you guys wrote the latest BTR release, I Want You Here All the Time with Nick Furlong and Lucky West. Do you write a lot when you're on the road together?
We have had very little time to write, but me and
Fair.
Kendall are always writing. I mean, we live really close with each other, and within distance. But we are always kind of thinking about new songs, and we try to keep ourselves in the studio. And he's one of my favorite writing partners. So, yeah, we did the last one with Lucky West and Nick Furlong. Again, I did Time of Our Life with Nick Furlong. So he's been with me from the very beginning. He's such a talented writer. And Lucky West is a newer friend and producer who is just fantastic. And we get along like thick as thieves already. So I love that release. It's such a great song. And yeah, there'll be more coming from that group for sure.
Nice. Okay, I really like the vibe of that one. So
Yeah.
more projects there. You used to be a Survivor fan. Are you still a Survivor fan?
Are you kidding me? I'm the biggest Survivor fan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I
Love
should have worn my buff. I have a collection of buffs. I should have worn one for
Do
this.
you? Oh, you should have.
I do. Okay, so James was on Big Brother. Carlos did Dancing with the Stars. What reality show do you think that you could win?
Honestly, I don't want to, because this is much different once you get out there. And Jeff always says this, but I feel like I would do really good at Survivor. The only thing is like not eating. I feel like I'd have a little issue with that. But other than that, really like the mental games and the way that you play with all the other players, I think I would be good at Survivor.
Like the social. See, I don't think I could do the
Social aspect of it. I think I'd be up there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Mike White was on it, so let's get Logan Henderson on.
I
next.
know, right? I know.
Yeah, have you met Jeff Probst? He's like the best.
No, I haven't, but yeah, he's a legend. He's a dreamboat. I mean,
He is
wrong. He
looks the same as he did in 2000, 25 years.
I know, man. He's a survivor.
He's a survivor. He is a survivor. Logan, okay, you mentioned you and Kendall are best buds. It's really sweet to watch all these years later as someone who was a fan of the original show. It seems like all four of you do have a genuine friendship in real life. And now you've also got Caitlyn Tarver, love her music, and someone else that I do know, Stephen Kramer Glickman.
Yes.
Or we love Stephen. What's been the best part of all of you getting to work together again after the show ended 12 years ago?
You know what? I think it's to really. The other day, Caitlyn was singing on soundcheck, and I just was listening to her voice, going like, "Is this a recording or is this her singing?" And she was up there singing, and so I just was like a little starstruck myself because she is just so talented, and her lyrics are fantastic. You know, she's such a great writer as well. And Steven came into this. I had really wasn't sure what to expect. But he's classically trained. His voice is so stellar, and his playing is just so great. I guess I'm lucky to call them friends, but I didn't know that they were just filled with so much talent and talent that really inspires me as an artist as well. So besides the fact that we get along like family, I would just say I'm still very much in awe of their talent. They're just so good.
They really are so good. Yeah, he has I think he was in the original cast of Shrek in the Workshop, the musical.
He was, yeah.
I love Caitlyn's music. I feel like as someone 34 years old, I'm like, oh, it feels very autobiographical and applies to so many people.
100%. Yeah. I think that's the way that she is as an artist. Her music, everybody else is kind of growing with her. And so a lot of those things touch really close to home. And she has a great sense of vulnerability that I think a lot of other artists don't tap into.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, hats off to her for sure.
So honest and authentic. I do love it. This is just, I don't know if you're allowed to answer this. So if you can't, that's fine. So there was a 9-year gap before your the tour that, the Forever Tour in 2022.
Yeah.
Did that have to do with music rights? I know you guys were working on solo things, and I did also love your solo music. Bite My Tongue went platinum in my house.
There you go. I love it. Thank you so much.
But did it have to do with the rights? Did you guys personally, as artists, have to buy the rights from Nickelodeon to be able to play it again?
So us getting back together was not centered around that, but that was something that we obviously had to deal with and get together before we started kind of coming out and making more music. We've had really great, bond with Sony Columbia and also with Viacom, and I think that they saw us wanting to kind of try out a new version of what this was, and one that was very much on our own terms and a direction that we really saw fit. And they had let us kind of take the reins on that. And so I think we've been very lucky, and likewise, I think they've been very lucky too. I mean, it's been a great little partnership for us, and it's really allowed Big Time Rush to evolve and grow to what you see today.
And we're so lucky to have you guys back and touring again. The shows are so much fun.
It's so good.
So good. I'm going to ask you one more question. The whole theme of Big Time Rush is the only life you got, so you got to live it big time. Over the past 16 years or so, it really does look like you've gotten to live life big time and live it to the fullest and live your best life. What's the one thing about the entire BTR experience that right now in your current stage of life you're most grateful for or been most fulfilling?
Oh, wow. I mean, I wake up grateful. It's something that I think you have to practice, but for me, it feels like it's gotten pretty easy. There's so much to be grateful for. I would say just the present moment. So nothing is promised. We're here for this long. I always remind myself, and so the fact that I get to work hard. It is hard work, but it's work that I love doing, and it takes up a good portion of my brain, and I've been very lucky to be a part of creative project that inspires me and continues to keep me going, and to be around people that really kind of fill my cup and fill my heart up. So the fans likewise to go and play these shows and these venues that we played years ago, and to come back and have the same reception, more reception, and then more new fans. I have to, you got to pinch yourself. It's, you praise God, it's wonderful.
Beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Logan, I so appreciate your time today. My sister and I are going to be at the show. So we're going to be in the second row in the center in the pit. I'm going to wear this pink top. So look, we're going to be in the second row center.
Well, I'll be singing to you.
Oh my gosh, please sing to me. Last time you held my hand during Worldwide Girl, and my teenage self was very excited.
I'll come down and get a little handhold, I'm sure.
Yeah, get a little handhold. Logan, listen, thank you so much. If you're in town, you need a Philly guide, let me know. I know you like margaritas. They call me.
You're right. So I love it.
We'll take you out for margaritas if you want. Have a wonderful tour.
You're a sweetheart. Thank you for a great interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I've been excited all week, so thank you.
Awesome. Talk to you soon.
Have a wonderful day.